All right, let's see here. Check all the settings. Yesterday I didn't, and so we got the fine. Perfect. Now, should it be both these? I don't know. Okay, let's just see here. Should be okay. Let's have a look here. If it's bopping, yeah, it's bopping great. And we got the right camera. I know that for certain. So we can proceed with the show here, which is great. Let's see what we've got. We've got tunes. We've got the music right here. And we've got In the Storms of Life and a whole bunch of other stuff here. Morning Regrets. You Make Me Smile. That's a good one. We are going to just double check here all the connections. And it looks like they're set up. Let's have a look here. Yep, we look like we're good. So we are broadcasting to X, Twitch, LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. And it is currently 7:34, which is usually, I usually have Tia out longer, but it has been so insanely cold. Really cold. So yesterday, I was watching the Lions, and I noticed they were behind. The Packers were ahead by quite a bit. And I thought, oh, well, I guess I lost that one. And I knew that they were beat up. And then I realized this morning they came back somehow. So I won. That was the only game that I talked about yesterday. But today I have to pick the other teams that I want to choose from my little poll that we have with, you know, Ted Hicks and Fireman Rich and Tony D on the Bell Kings, right? So I got to work on that. There it is there, the Bell Kings, kinda. Let's see if we can get that to fit better for us. Let's try this. There we go. Bell Kings, Tony D, Fireman Rich, Brian, when he shows up. Brian's been, I think, traveling a lot. Hopefully you guys aren't traveling too much. I'll look at the chat here just in case. Keep my eyes open. All right. So what I basically need to do is I need to open the NFL browser here. So I've just got to go into my own little thing here while I have brain numb. And all I have to do, I think, is hit this. And then we'll be rocking. What's it doing here? I think they changed it a little bit. Here we go. No, it's just my brain. Just the brain in the morning. So let's go to NFL. It happens to be one I go to a lot. All right, so why don't we see how this fits? I don't think it's going to fit that great, but we'll try. So we will go to screen share. Now what I need to do is move this over here so I can see. All right. And we've got yesterday's game. Yeah, I don't think I picked anything yesterday. I just picked Detroit. And Detroit won by a field goal. That's it. 31-34. And Green Bay is having a rough time winning, kind of like the Broncos did at the beginning. Broncos couldn't find a way to win, and now they're starting to win. Um, it's hard to beat the Lions, though. I think Lions, even injured, might be the number one seed. Be cool to see Eagles fly, and the Eagles battle it out right now. I think the Eagles would win that, but again would be close. I knew this game would be. I thought because of the injuries they had lost, woke up this morning and saw that they won by 3. And if you notice that these games, and we've been talking about this as well, is you can tell Detroit is having problems because they allowed 31 points. That doesn't happen, so they had to find different ways to win, and they kept going for it on fourth down, and I think 4 out of 5 times they actually made it, and 2 of their touchdowns were from it. So it's good. We have 6 people on YouTube. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. We do. So the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be fighting it out. And you know what's weird? I would not be shocked if the Browns beat the Steelers, but I'm going to go with the Steelers because they have momentum. But if you're looking for an underdog, the Browns seem to have the Steelers' number. I don't know what that is. Certain teams seem to have other teams' numbers. I haven't figured that one out. But I'm going to go with Pittsburgh on that. And next game is Saints and the Giants. Well, you got to go with the Saints, but both of them are horrible right now. Both teams are not solid, but I'll go with the Saints. And we've got the Jets and the Dolphins. I have a weird feeling the Jets are going to win. I don't know why. It's just a gut feeling. And yet, Tua is a great quarterback. I'm going to go with the Jets. I think it's going to be close either way. I think the Jets are going to find a way. I think it'll be close. I don't know the score. I have no idea. Jaguars, Titans. Ooh, this is tough. This is a coin flip, this one here. Titans are really good defensively. I'm going to go with the Titans. Okay, so we got the Titans there. What do we got so far? We've got Lions, Steelers, Saints, Jets, Jaguars. I'm going to go with the Vikings against the Falcons. I just think Sam Darnold will pull it through and they'll be fine. The Falcons, though, are not beyond reason being able to win this game. This is not crazy. The Panthers against the Eagles, absolutely Eagles. I wouldn't be shocked if it's a 10-point spread on that. The next game is the Raiders against the Buccaneers. The Raiders are surprisingly a good team. They're just missing pieces, huge pieces, but defensively they're tough. Like they almost beat. Well, the Chiefs have not been great this year, even though they've won, what is it, 11 games? They've not been stellar. They haven't been blowing people out. They've been winning by just enough, right? Every week, just enough. And a win is a win. Don't get me wrong. 11-1 is the best record, and has it been done with exciting. Identify as high. Hello. Yes, indeed. There you go. That's funny. Thank you. I needed that. So the Raiders, yeah. The Raiders are not beyond the possibility of beating the Buccaneers. And I think Baker Mayfield may be hurt. His production the last couple of weeks has not been great. Mike Evans is back. So if Baker can feel good, they've got Bucky is great. I think he's the weapon they needed for a very long time. So well, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. There's pieces, right? And they got Palmer, and they have enough. Um, I'm looking at the Seahawks and the Cardinals. That's even. That's an even game. Seriously, that is. You can't get closer than those two teams. Don't ever, ever underestimate the Cardinals. They are so good. Against, you know what? I'm going to go with the Cardinals. Why not? Let's go with the Cardinals. Uh, just about football and spirituality and AI music. And right now, I'm just doing the teams this week that I want to choose. That's all for Belt Kings. That's it this morning. Well, then we'll play some music, do some spirituality. Might even link it to TikTok. We might do that. We might not. I don't know. We're gonna go with the flow. We're just gonna do my best to get through this. But thank you for being here. We appreciate you. But on an average day, we play AI music, talk about football, sometimes have guests, and interact with the people in the chat. There you go. You can see. But thank you for being here. We appreciate you. If you're on TikTok, I'm under the same handle. And TikTok is the Wild West. It's crazy there, but it's fun. Okay, so I'm going to go with the Cardinals against the Seahawks. That's Sunday, December 8th at 4:05. And then the Bears against the 49ers. This is kind of the dumpster fire game. Both teams are a mess. 49ers, I've never seen as bad as they are this year in the sense of injuries. Christian McCaffrey is now out for like 6 weeks, so they're pretty much done. Brandon Ayuk is out. Brock Purdy is shaky. He's been on and off hurt. Like you couldn't make up how bad this is. It's just horrible, and this just isn't their year. And I had a really strong feeling that they need to reboot, and they had their closest chance last year when they made it to the Super Bowl final. The Bills, on the other hand, which is the next game, uh, I didn't pick a team, did I? Between the Bears and the 49ers. This is a, this is a coin flip, guys. I'll go with the 49ers. I have zero faith in the Bears right now. I honestly thought they were going to win the division at the beginning of the year, so I was definitely all over it. Oh, this is Toby. Hi, Toby. Thank you for being here. Is this Tabishka? Is this who this is? Tabishka? Just tell me if it is. Sweet, my team is Cowboys. They suck, but I always like them. Um, they don't suck. They're just, they have a meddling owner who got cheap this year and spent money on the wrong things. I like Dak Prescott, but you can get a lot of players for 60 million. And they should have been harvesting young talent in the quarterback position. They tried. They tried to get Trey Lance. That didn't work out. And they figured out very quickly that he wasn't ready and maybe is like a third string backup. And they paid like 5 million for him. And I don't think he's even played. Has he played? Maybe once? Yeah, so. But every team in the NFL is about three players away from being in the playoffs. The Bills against the Rams, two of my favorite teams. Um, I'll be shocked. Now, the Rams have the ability to beat the Bills. The Bills don't have a great roster. They just don't. They have Josh Allen and a bunch of guys that really play well together, respect each other. But I'm going to go with the Bills. And I think the Bills are going to win by 3 to 7 points. It'll be a close game. So I'm going to go with the Bills. And we've got the Chargers and the Chiefs. Here's the crazy thing. If any team could beat the Chiefs, it might be the Chargers because they're so well coached. So is this the Toby I know that I talked to on TikTok? Yes or no? Tobishka, is this you? Or are you in incognito? This is a different Toby. Okay. I'm not getting an answer. That's all right. Chargers, Chiefs. Hmm. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. That's just safer. But Chargers, Chargers could win. They can beat any team. All right. What do we got? We got one more game. Oh, we got the Cowboys. No, it's not that one. Okay. Thank you. Now I know. Do I know you, Toby, from Haps? The Haps Network? I'm new to your channel. Okay. I like your name. It's a very cool name. Thank you. Appreciate that. Well, interesting. So the Cowboys and the Bengals. Oh, Lord. The Bengals seem to find a way to lose every week. But I'm going to go with the Bengals. I've lost with them every week. The Cowboys have actually looked pretty good. So again, this is a coin flip. Cowboys could win this game. The Bengals have horrible defense. Awesome offense, but horrible defense. Like almost non existent. And the Cowboys could win a few games. Have they been eliminated yet from the playoffs? If they don't win this game, I think they will be. The Bengals need to win this as well. I I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, the Jets are out of it. I don't think they have any chance. They're done. Who else is out of it? The Panthers are out. New England's out. And there's another one. I think the Saints might be out too. Like guaranteed out. Cowboys and Bengals are still have a fighting chance. May I sub to your channel? Uh, I think so. I'm not sure that I'm not sure that you can. I don't even know if I'm set up for that yet. But thank you. I appreciate that. If I do in the future, what the other thing we do too here is we have kind of spiritual meetings where we get all the people together and we kind of talk about stuff. We also have mental health days, mental health Mondays, and we do that on several channels. We get together. But as my channel grows, I'm finding I'm getting more and more spiritual leaders coming on, and we do different kind of programming. We're a weird channel. We're everything from football to spirituality. My football channel is called The Spiritual Side of Football. So, and I play AI music every day. So let's go through this. Okay, we've got Lions, Steelers, Giants, no, Saints. So what do I got here? Lions, Steelers, Saints, Jets, Titans, Vikings, Eagles, Buccaneers, Cardinals, 49ers, Bills, Chiefs, and Bengals. And I don't know how well I'm going to do this week because a lot of these games are just, they're too close to call, honestly. Too close to call. Thank you to the people that are on YouTube. We appreciate you and all that you do. Week 15 is pretty interesting here. I'm looking at this here. I won't predict it now, but you know it'd be a fun game, believe it or not. The Chiefs and the Browns next week. Not this week, but next week. And then you've got the Rams and the 49ers. That should be a good game. Those two teams don't like each other. The Commanders and the Saints. Oh yeah, this will be hard to call. Oh my God, we got the Ravens and the Giants, Cowboys and the Panthers. Cowboys will win that. They should. Panthers have been looking pretty good though with Bryce Young. He's looking a little more solid. Buccaneers against the Chargers. I think the Chargers might win that. Chargers are really good. Broncos and Colts. They might win the Broncos there. We got the Bills and the Lions. Oh, that'll be good. That's next week. That's the game of the week, probably right there. Bills and Lions. I personally think right now the best team in football is the Eagles. Fly, fly, Eagles, fly. Interesting. Okay. I'm going to play a tune and I'll be right back, folks. See you in about 4 minutes. And this is called. Which one should I do? Let's do Rise Together. Let's do that one.
In the silence of the night, we hear the whispers of the stars, guiding us with their light, beyond all our scars. Through the chaos and the noise, we find our own voice. In the unity of choice, together we rejoice. Shout it loud, in unity we stand. Shout it now, we're part of something grand. In this loving community, we find our place. Together we rise. Together we rise. In this sacred space. With every heartbeat we're alive. With every breath we survive. The journey's long but we thrive. Together we will arrive. Walking paths that intertwine. Hand in hand we climb. Towards the future we design. One step at a time. Shout it loud. In unity we stand. Shout it now. We're part of something grand. In this loving community, we find our place. Together we rise. Together we rise. In this sacred space. With every heartbeat we're alive. With every breath we survive. The journey's long but we thrive. Together we will arrive. Walking past that intertwine. Hand in hand we climb. Towards the future we design. One step at a time. Shout it loud. In unity we stand. Shout it now. We're part of something grand. In this loving community, we find our place. Together we rise. Together we rise. In this sacred space.
Good morning, we're back. I wrote that last week, and I wrote it basically for the communities on TikTok, Facebook. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to be on. It's going to get loud. We have all kinds of construction around us. I feel sorry for those guys. It has been so cold. Crazy, crazy cold. I just want to show you what I'm looking at here. See if you guys can see it. Yeah, actually, that works out great. Okay. What does it do if I do this? Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, so yeah, that doesn't work as well. How about this? We'll stick with this. Okay. So in week 13, the Lions barely beat the Bears. We're talking 3 points, right? And this is how close the league is. The Bears, with a couple of different pieces, would be great. Yeah, you can sub to the channel. Anybody can sub. My brain's not awake. The sub is totally different on TikTok, and I've been in TikTok land the last few weeks, so yeah. Can I get rid of these? How about this one? This is interesting. I have to figure out how to do that. I don't necessarily need to see my name there twice. Yeah, anybody can sub on here. Yeah, what do they call it when it's like a Patreon almost for YouTube? I haven't qualified for that yet. They haven't told me I can, where you can have subs. I hear subs and I'm thinking, Subway sandwich. You can tell where my brain is. Okay, so we were talking about the Bears and the Lions. The Bears barely lost. They barely lost. Like, that was a close game. Cowboys, thank God, won against the Giants, who are horrible. Dolphins lost to the Packers, but the Packers couldn't beat the Lions. See what I'm saying? It's crazy. Raiders almost beat the Chiefs again, and they beat them last year. I don't know if you remember that. Texans around this time in the year. Texans and Jaguars. Texans have been playing well enough to be okay, but I have not seen the brilliance that I saw last year. I don't know why. I just haven't. Colts actually show that they might be okay with Anthony Richardson. He's looking all right. That was an interesting game, and he actually, let's have a look here. He actually did okay, right? Like, he had 2 interceptions. Here is a player that I think has shocked a lot of people. Drake May. Drake May has been phenomenal this year. Jonathan Taylor has been okay. Like 96 yards is excellent. That's a good running game, right? 25 carries. Stevenson has been steady. Michael Pittman, I've never been a great fan of him, but he looked good. And finally, Hunter Henry had a great game. 7 receptions for 75 yards. I really like him. I have for a while. But if you look here, it's the games of field goals, right? Jonathan Taylor got a touchdown, another field goal. So the Patriots, you're looking at 6 points in the first quarter were field goals. We're up to 9 points now in the second quarter. Anthony Richardson had a 3-yard run. That's easy for him to get in. He's a big guy, right? He finally had a touchdown in the second quarter. A field goal from Matt Gay for the Colts. And then another touchdown from Gibson, 11 yards. Alec Pierce, 3-yard run. So not the most exciting game, but it was fun to watch. I enjoyed it. I found it a little messy, But Drake May is the real deal. So is Bo Nix. They're both really solid. The Chargers just, they find ways to win. Kirk Cousins looked horrible. He looked like a shell of himself, of what I remember him to be, right? The Jets seem to get in the way, but the Seahawks are really good this year. That is a good team. They're a team not to be underestimated. Geno Smith is just, I think he's having one of his best years. Kenneth Walker, I'm a big fan. He's not getting great fantasy production though. Let's be real. Same with Brees Hall. He's okay. Or Brees. Devontae Adams, 5 receptions, 66 yards, 1 TD. Najigba has been solid as well. 4 receptions for 74 yards. That's impressive. Now here's the thing. The Jets were very dominant the first quarter. They did great. They were up 14 points. And then they kind of fell apart in the second quarter. Right? And thank God for the 99-yard return from Williams. No, it's from Keeney. I don't know who this is. It must be a newer player. Yeah. I thought Charbonnet would be better this year. Maybe he will next year. Zach Charbonnet. He shows moments of greatness too. But there was no production, literally, from the second quarter to the fourth quarter for the Jets. They were completely shut down. I don't know what happened. So it's embarrassing how bad it's been this year for them. It really is. It's not good. The 49ers, there's no way this year that they're coming back. So they're going to get a good pick out of it. If they do find a way to get into the playoffs, I will be shocked. But they just don't have the weapons right now. Everybody's hurt. Feel the magic. Enjoy. Suno.
In this moment, feel the magic all around. The present holds the beauty that we found. Found accountability in every word we speak. Daily habits, power that we see. Oh yeah. Not every step will be a straight line down. Twists and turns, let's wear a messy crown. Oh, in each mistake a lesson to embrace. Finding clarity in every hurt space. Oh, we dance through life with eyes wide awake. Sunrise whispers sweet secrets in the breeze. Moonlight guides us through the tallest trees. Oh, stardust shadows across the midnight blue. Every moment a fresh breath we renew. Oh, dreamers dream while the real world spins. In the chaos, that's where life truly begins. Oh, wisdom in the winds, courage in the heart. Every step for just a brand new start. Oh, we dance through life with eyes wide awake. Every chance we take, no fake, no break. Oh, ride the waves of chaos with a grin. Feel the magic, let the journey begin. Oh.
So many are saying this will be the final year for Aaron. And many are also saying that Aaron might give it another go with another team. Now, here's the thing, he is so disruptive in an organization. Who would want him? And he's not showing, the Aaron Rodgers that was 25 years old. He just isn't. He still has a beautiful throwing arm. It's great. But, yeah, this is good. I like this here. So, if you're interested, leave a comment there. Tell us what you think. Is he going to get one more chance with the Jets? I don't know. It's very iffy to me. So which rivalry, say that fast in the morning, rivalry. That's clearly not a word I say a lot. Let's have a look here. What do we got? We've got Green Bay, of course. We've got Green Bay and the Bears. Yes, I would agree. Yes, Eagles fly, and the Cowboys. And Baltimore and the Steelers. Yeah, that's. See, I like that one. I like Baltimore and Steelers, and I like Green Bay. Yeah, they're all good. They're all good. I don't know which one's the best. Honestly, probably Green Bay and the Bears because it's the longest, right? That's been going on for a long time. Probably 50 plus years. I'll have to look that up, but I'm guessing. Who's your MVP? This is a great question right here. I like this. Who is your MVP? I personally don't think a running back should be an MVP. That means that the quarterbacks didn't do very well. And it's still early in the game. And the terrible thing about the MVP thing, right? Let's be real, is it's subjective to just the regular season. And we all know the best quarterback in the league, hands down. If you look at production over the last 10 years, well, it's not 10. What has he been in the season now? 9? Patrick Mahomes, right? Like, he is statistically, hands down, the best quarterback. Undisputably. Like, undoubtedly. Yeah. So we'll see. Oh, this is interesting. Let's look at this here. Will this be a factor? I would go with Josh so far. But yeah, who's in consideration there? Let's think about that. Joe Burrow, if he was on a winning team in the sense of defensive production, would probably be MVP. He's got the most passing yards. If you're looking at dynamic, fun to watch, great replays, Josh Allen. And then Lamar, they're a great offensive team, but defensively they're not what they were last year. They were terrifying last year. They bullied most of the teams. So they're saying that there's a good chance that this will be in the snow. I think that's what they're trying to. Yeah, and then we've got, but yeah, they're both bird teams. Okay, I get that. I get that reference. Hmm. Just looking at some of the stuff that's in front of me here. Here's a good one we haven't talked about. Is he done? Like, is he honestly done? It's hard to come back from an Achilles. Like, that's the other thing with, you know, Aaron. Aaron's coming off multiple injuries, right? When you're 40 years old, you don't heal well. And Kirk Cousins hasn't looked like Kirk Cousins except for a couple of weeks. Yeah, see, I agree with this. And I said this in a video this week. I think Detroit and Philly are the best teams. And the only reason Detroit is a little bit better is their coach better. That's it. They're just coach better. I think Philly has a very good chance of taking it all. They have all the right pieces now to win. And that's all you need. You need the right pieces. 4-8 record. Oh, this is so sad. Look at this. 4-8 record. Passing yards number one. Receiving yards number one. Sack leader number one. Still can't get it done. Still can't get it done. This is interesting. Let's have a look at this as well while we're here. If you look at the AFC, Buffalo is already clinched, right? But we're talking about, yeah, this is through week 13, right? So who do they have here? I'm having problems seeing it. Let's see here. My old eyes. So we've got, looks like KC, Buffalo, Baltimore, Pittsburgh. And then surprisingly, LA. This is a great graph for the AFC. For the NFC, they've got Detroit, Philly, Green Bay, Minnesota, and Tampa Bay ahead of Washington, the Seahawks, and Arizona. I don't know if that's necessarily true. Seahawks have looked like they may do something this year. I never count out Baker Mayfield, though. He's such a competitor. And I'm a huge fan when it comes to him. Yeah, this is crazy. He bought a $3 million Batmobile. Did you see this? This is funny. It's funny. Amid a disaster season, has the 49 championship window closed? I think it closed last year, guys. I think it closed last year. And I think with the Cowboys, and I kept saying it, reboot, tear it down, start over. This is after they lost last year. I was like, it's not going to happen. You tried too many times. The pieces aren't going to get better. Admit defeat, move on. It's okay. It happens in football. It's super competitive. That was the other thing this year. The teams just honestly got better. So much talent out there. This was a great draft. Great quarterbacks. I think this will be remembered for the next 10 years. How great it was. This new one coming up, they say, is horrible. I don't know enough to give an opinion. So here's a great segue. We're going to go into draft. So again, New York will be probably number one pick if this season ended today, right? So we've got number two, the Raiders. And the Raiders just need a quarterback. Honestly, that's all they really need. Jaguars, I don't know what's going on there. It's so far beyond me. They seem to have the pieces, and yet they can't do it. And that used to be the Chargers. I think the Jags, if they had a Harbaugh, they would do well. Jim or John. Sounds like the Beatles, doesn't it? All right. Yeah, the Patriots. What a joke. What a joke. That's Carolina. I don't know. I'm a fan. I think I'm hoping they'll do better. Cleveland. It's so easy to like them this year. You know, it's fun. It's fun to watch. This is a nightmare. The Jets. They're at seventh. Tennessee. I can't understand them. And Cincinnati the same. And Chicago. And I've said this earlier today. I really thought they were going to win the division. I was that confident. So it just goes to show you we don't know. Okay, so I discussed this earlier this week. Did a little video on TikTok, and I basically said the Lions and the Eagles were the best in the league, period, overall, because they had momentum. Yeah. What a weird season. But the teams are so competitive, and so much can happen between now and the end. There's still enough there. Enough pieces fall. You could have a wild card team do very well. And it's all coming down to injuries this year. It's so bad, some of the teams. Crippling injuries. Like the 49ers, just horrible. Horrible, horrible this year. You couldn't have wrote a more horrifying script. And look at the turnaround this year of Philly. They were a dumpster fire last year at this time. They couldn't win. Do you remember? They had what, six straight losses, and yet they won the first 10 games. But they didn't. They didn't seem like they were in it. Um. Hmm. Okay, so I'm seeing here. There's. It looks like there's two teams so far that are pretty much locked in. It looks like the Lions and KC, right? Kansas City. They both look like they're locked in. And this is here. I'm going to show you what I'm looking at here. Sorry. There you go. And let's see if we can make it bigger. But that's what we're looking at here. Oh my God, that would be so heartbreaking. If the Broncos were to beat the Bills, oh my Lord. Oh my Lord, that would be crazy. That would be just gut wrenching. Yeah. I could see the Steelers beating Baltimore, and I could see the Chargers beating the Texans. Um, yeah, any team can win any week. It is pretty scary. Okay, let's look at the power rankings before we go here. So the power rankings, I don't know how accurate this is, but let's have a look here. So what do we have? We have the Lions at 1. We got the Bills at 2, and the Eagles at 3, and then we've got the Chiefs. And let's be real, those top 4 are definitely top tier, right? The top 4 here are definitely top tier. No doubt about it. No doubt in my mind, at least. And then after that, these teams are very, very close in talent. And I think it's a coin flip, and it comes down to coaching. So if you're looking at, let's see here, you've got Minnesota, who I was thinking was the best team in the first 6 weeks. Green Bay, who are inconsistent. Steelers are coming on, and never ever underestimate the Ravens. Chargers are like just such a mind blowing. Like if they were not to win another game, they've been successful. But I think they will. I think they're competitive, and they really don't have depth in their roster, but they're playing great. And defensively, they're not that much different than they were last year. So it goes to show you coaching is so much. Seahawks, I have a good feeling. Denver's done very well this year. Washington, there's something wrong there. It's almost like Jaden Daniels is hurt. The Cardinals are inconsistent. Tampa Bay has been injured. The Texans, I think they're higher than 15, to be honest with you. And Miami is in it. Yes, they're going to have to perform some miracles. I just don't know if they have the depth. They're a lot better since they had Tula back. So Tua, yeah, Tagovailoa, right? Um, the Rams could be surprising. I would love to see. I would love to see somehow, but are they out of it? Are they mathematically out of it now? The Bengals? I think they got to be close. And then you look at the Falcons. We had great aspirations for them. Colts are about what I thought they'd be. San Francisco, that is heartbreaking. But I see San Fran. I think would be in the top six if they were healthy. And nobody's got a better roster. Let's be real than Philly. Philly is hands down, I think, the best team right now. Okay, what do we got here? What's the next thing here? Oh, we're looking at the QB rankings. Let's see. Can we get me in here? Kinda, kinda. That is kind of a grainy photo, though. Isn't that great? It's not the best photo. So Jared Goff is, I guess, is number 4, and then they got Baker Mayfield, and it's so funny. You look at this photo, and Baker Mayfield looks like he weighs about 700 pounds, which is hilarious. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, there's something going on here. This is weird. I'm going to save this image. I'll save these for later. But the next one is Brock Purdy. He's rated number 19. And they've got Caleb Williams at 18. And this is a great shot of him. Okay. So what I need to do is I'm going to go here because I'm having problems sliding it across. Let's go to image. All right, let's see. Now we got it. Okay, now you can see it. Here you go. It's coming out. Yeah, there it is. Just we had to do the roundabout. Sorry about that. So they got him at 18. Let's do this. And it just goes to show you, as bad as the year has been, he is showing signs of greatness, right? Sam Darnold this year really shocked me. I kind of took that as a joke. It's funny. I have to get this one. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can find it. This You look at this photo, and to me it looks like Baker Mayfield is this lineman or something. Well, no, you look at his arms and you know he's not. He just looks chunky here. There's something about the helmet, and his neck looks big here. I don't know. It's a funny photo to me. All right, let's have a look. You guys can see what I'm seeing. You know, I didn't give up. I found a way. But Baker Mayfield is, if he can stay healthy, uh, I think they have a good chance that they could win a couple games in the playoffs. I think there is a chance. And Mike Evans looks amazing. And if they can get at some of the other players to do well, Tampa Bay is a good team. And it's like I've been saying all year, they're all tightly woven, right? They're so good this year. All the teams, and I was saying before that a lot of teams are going to be near the 500 mark, and they were. There were just four teams out of the 32 that were really exceptional. This is very true right here. This is very true. I like this. Now it's going to decide MVP for Josh, right? I don't know. I just Jeff Goff to me is not MVP. Now, if the Ravens catch fire, it'll be Lamar again, right? And if Brees Hall starts scoring like a crazy man, maybe. But yeah. Oh, this is sad. Okay, here we go. These are the teams that have been eliminated right here: New York, Raiders, Jaguars. Can you believe the Patriots? They are one of the most successful dynasties of all time, and yet look how far they have fallen. Okay, let's have a quick look here. We'll have just enough time for this. Top 10 rankings according to Bucky Brooks, who I like. I personally, right now, feel that Philly is number one. I'm not talking record. Philly is number one. Detroit is number two. Buffalo's number three. Kansas City's number four. I like that. That feels right. And then Minnesota. I think Pittsburgh's better than Minnesota right now. Talking momentum here. And then everything else is surprisingly accurate in my eyes. It looks really good. Again, super shocked at how well the Chargers are doing. Denver has made a huge turnaround. Baltimore has fallen. Pittsburgh has risen. Green Bay is about as good as I thought they would be. Minnesota has done phenomenal considering the pieces they have and how they lost their star quarterback. And I don't know if they would have done this well with him if he had been healthy, because he would have had the shortcomings of being a rookie quarterback. There's a lot of learning, a lot of mistakes. This is interesting. I like this. QB stock market. So, of these four, who are your favorites? Well, for me, I would have to say Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Brock Purdy, and sorry, Russell, you're old. It's not your fault, but you're showing signs of greatness. Pretty exciting. And here we go. Here's the coaches. We have just time for this. Let's see if we can get this to fit. I really like Kevin. Really like Kevin. I can't stand Sean. Jim is doing phenomenal. If he can win a few games, he may take it all. Dan Campbell is just a beast, and so is Mike Tomlin. All those coaches there are worthy of being coach of the year as far as I'm concerned. They've